Welcome, everybody. We're now talking about motivation. And the motivation in life is very helpful to know. What motivates you? And that changes during the age, as we do something and achieve something in life, and it's constantly changing. But two things to be remembered, even though these are considered as progressive steps. Many times these can be overlapping. Many times these can be, not necessarily in a sequence, and they can coexist. But everybody starts with the first is the acronym is SMILES. S, the beginning is survival. Survival is also called a self-focus. We have to, self has to be maintained, self has to make it, self has to be there and be able uh, to survive. So survival, and the survival needs are simple, like food, shelter, rest, all that kind of stuff. Those are the things, air, water. These are the survival things. So survival things is there, and of course the resources are there. The money part we are talking about, how the world works in practical sense. But that's what the wish list or the motivation comes from. So survival. Everybody needs to survive. Now, many times the brain takes over there and also guides us into how we survive. That physiology we will not deal with right now. The second is M. M is the money. When you have start getting the money part of it, or something that you have ability to earn, when you start doing that, you start getting a little bit more money, and now you can have a bank balance, for example, and that is measurement. M also means measure. You start measuring what you have. You start understanding more about it, and then you start shopping. Market, it's also M. You start shopping and you start doing some stuff and living your life in a regular way. That motivates. A lot of people get motivated by having some cash, some bank balance and stuff. That's fair. It's appropriate to have that so that you can live your life in a better way. But everything is measured. This is the learning part where we start measuring and understanding the financial aspects of it. The I comes as investment. When you start having extra money, I can be investment, I can be independence. If I start having more money, you start having more independence. Kids, when they leave home and they start getting independent income, they start having income which is independent. So income independence is there. And these things can be invested for future. So you have those I as that. Also, I can be institution. At this point, you create the little bit more formed approaches to say how do you you already measure it, but how do you really invest it? How do you grow it? All these understanding starts coming, and this establishes some stability. This is a motivation that many people carry, and appropriately so. There's nothing negative about any of this. This is an important aspects. These are phases of life. Next one, when you start getting more, is called lifestyle. Lifestyle or luxury. Life and style. Life is a time that we get more time. We have extra money. You don't necessarily need to put in that much amount of time to generate income. That creates time, freedom of a little time, and the style, life and style. Style is the upscale living, whatever that is for you. It may not be very high living, but it can still be more cleaner, more fashionable, whatever that is. And style may be a variation. That's very personal. So it's a lifestyle. Lifestyle start changes and more focused on it when you start having understanding about how you can live well. Next one is expression. E is expression. Expression is in terms of art. Here's the interesting part. Philanthropy comes into it. This is where other focus starts. When you have had fullness in life, fullness in investment, fullness in lifestyle, you more or less satisfied, then you start expressing, oh, I need to help others. Doesn't mean that you don't start earlier, but this is one of the stages that comes observed as we grow a little bit beyond our regular requirements. And see, other focus begins in this level a little bit more. And then comes the last one is the spiritual phase. Spiritual phase is recognition that money was mainly a vehicle. It has been a vehicle, and you start understanding that a lot more at this point. And you're not, quote unquote, you're not attached to those things, and then your motivation becomes different. Motivation shift to society, as is society, social impact. What is your value? How do you consider yourself in the society? Sacrifice, submission, spiritual. All these things will come in as is. Sacrifice, submission. You submit to a submission, mission to another cause, bigger cause, and spirituality. This is withdrawal from the actual work that your resources have done all throughout. So these are the motivations, and I did a little bit of more financial analysis on it to really get an idea about how people get motivated. But understand one thing: it does not require a lot of money to go to the spiritual level. You can always practice spirituality even with in a survival stage. You can practice, all the other focus or lifestyle changes, etc. All this is flexible, and you can do it in a more combined way. However, we need to recognize what is the importance. Where are we really putting our all our efforts in? If efforts go continuously towards survival all the time, we will take away our focus from other areas. So where is your focus? Where are we at the current state? Just I wanted to expand this on the acronym about life motivation. Thank you.